So I've been hearing a lot about Pika swap or Pikadditions, and I honestly want to try it out. This is one of the videos that I just uploaded and it actually looks pretty good. Essentially, in order to do this, I just uploaded my video here and the image from the library, and then it automatically kind of created this video for me, which is crazy. And it looks like we can also do this for any sorts of images in that case. I'm just gonna go to lexica.art and we are going to play around. First, let me get some videos of my setup here so that we can start playing around with this. So apparently Lexica isn't working, so I'm just going to generate an image myself and I'm going to use this in the image. So this is the video that I'm going to use. It's me trying to pet a pet and I'm going to add the robot as the image. The video at least needs to be 5 seconds long. Okay, so I recorded another video and it's a similar video and I'm going to use this image. Now note that you need a premium plan in order to make this work, and it does cost a decent amount of credits to process your data. So I think this one took around 100 credits and this generated up to 5 second worth video, and in the basic plan you get over I think 750 credit or something, right? So let me go to the profile section right now. Yeah, so apparently you get 700 credits and it does consume I think over 20 credits and not 100, which is good because it allows you to generate up to what 35 5-second generations, which is actually very good. Now I need to double check if it's really 20 credits because in the plan I got over 700 and after I generated my first video it came down to 680, so I'm assuming it's 20, but after this video we will understand how much it really costs. So the video generation is ready and I still have 680 credits for some reason, but either ways let's quickly play this video and see how it looks. Yeah, this is not as cool, but it did animate the image for me, which is something that I was looking for. Maybe I was looking at keeping this robot on the shoulder and then playing around with this, but this one actually looks pretty cool where there's a raccoon moving on my chair. It almost seems very realistic. You also have a bunch of different things with respect to Pika scenes, Pika swaps, Pikadditions, and then image generation per se. So let's go ahead and try first using the Pika swap feature. I'm going to upload this video of my studio. So you do need 5 second video. So I'm just going to quickly record one. So while I do the video operations, I did re-edit this prompt by clicking on reprompt here. And then I basically said, place it on my shoulder behind my hand. And this generation actually looks very cool. It looks like the robot is directly sitting on my shoulder behind my hand and trying to interact somehow with me. Honestly, this looks pretty cool, and I'm actually also uploading one of the other videos to try out the Pika swap feature. So this is the video I want to use. This is a view from one of the towers I have been in, and I basically want to see if I can swap this for like a sci-fi city. It's not as clear, so I doubt if the generation will look good, but let me quickly go ahead and give it a try. So I uploaded the video and I gave it a very simple prompt. Make this sci-fi from 2050. I don't know if the generation has started. So yes, the generation has started and this is the Pika swap feature. But let's talk about this one for a minute, right? If you look at the generations, it appears that they are kind of cropping you out of the picture and adding this raccoon in the video such that it's more contextually relevant. Now this would require you to have like a bunch of trained images for these animals or whichever image you're uploading. The main object you would see is not really moving in this. What is moving is the object that Pika is adding. So there's an issue with this video. Anyway, so even in this video, you would see my face is more or less consistent on the left here or on the right here, and the robot is where the majority of the animation is. So something went wrong. I'm not really sure. Let me try another one. So I'm uploading this video of my studio and I'm going to tell it to turn this into a professional studio, right? The initial one that we tried actually failed, and this one looks like it is starting. I'm not really sure why this failed, but I'm going to play around with a few more of these videos. So I'm going to go to Pikadditions and I'm going to upload another video, or let's just upload the same studio video and this time select something from the library here. Or maybe we can go to Lexica or a similar website to find the images or certain people that we can add in the video. So for some reason this is not working. I'm going to look for something else. All right, so as you can see, we have a bunch of these images here in the Civit AI image library. I'm thinking we can either use this or this. I think this one's fine, so we can use this one. Let's go ahead and download this. So go back to Pika and upload the image, and let's see what we get. And this appears that this generation does, or rather is working. This one failed. So by the time we are done generating this, we'll have both of our videos generated. I've been trying Pika for quite some time now. I did stop playing around with it a few months back, but since then they've evolved a lot. I did have an active Pika subscription, but I didn't really know that we could use features like these. I generated like over 5 or 6 videos so far, and I've just consumed like 50 credits, which is not too bad. If you can generate up to like 25 videos for the $10 plan, it's actually very good. You can see the studio generation is complete, and dude, this looks cool. The only thing it has done is that it has generated, or rather replaced, the green screen with an art background. So it's not too bad, but I'm sure it could do, relatively better. Plus the distance of the table looks smaller as compared to what it originally was. I have nothing to complain about because it does look cool. But I would have loved if it would have taken everything into consideration than just taking the green screen. And for that, I think you can select certain areas that you would want to replace in the image. So if you click on reprompt, you will get options to use the brush and highlight what you want to change in the image. So that is cool, but you can see I only have like, one frame of the image which I can play around with. And trust me, like there's very little I could do in this area because the other side also has like the shelf with the books on it and so on and so forth. So let's try it by, selecting the entire thing and not just the green screen, and then generating the image again. So the image generation should have started. And in the meantime, look at this. This video is also generated. Yeah, it's not perfect, but let's try and play around with the reprompt feature and say, can you place the object or person on the chair behind the table? So let's go ahead and do that. And this time this object or the person should be behind the chair, and it should look like they are, kind of sitting on the chair. If that does not work, we may want to find another image where a person is actually sitting on the chair. So let's say this one, and let's go ahead and download this and replace the image with the new image, and we will use the same prompt, right? So let's go ahead and run this. This will take some time, so I'm just gonna wait until this is done. So this video is generated too. Let's quickly take a look at this. I can already feel that this is not this does not look so cool. Yeah, I don't think this is well done. So I'm just gonna ignore that. In the meantime, let's look at the scene replacement one. Let's see what it has done with this. It did add it did the exact same thing where it added the background to the image. So I can completely understand that I may be trying to give it the prompts that it isn't supposed to, or rather I'm just giving it hard examples to try. I can even see the chair is messed up. All the handles have suddenly moved to the left side. So it looks like I'm just trying to break the Pika video generation at this point, and it does not work in the small set of spaces. This one I have higher hopes for. So let's take a look at how this looks. Oh man, this looks cool. It is very well placed on the chair, just like I kind of imagined it would be. So really impressed by this generation. And it also kind of has 2 Pokemons, I believe. It does look cool, I'm not gonna lie. So cool. Let's try one more. Let's try to see if we can get something else here as well. So for this time I have a video of me on the beach. So I'm not in the video, but I do have a video of me near the beach. So I'm going to use that. And this time I'm going to use the octopus. I mean, you're on the beach. Why shouldn't we make it more obvious? So let's go ahead and this is longer than 25 MB. So I need to compress this. So the first thing we'll do is we'll add the octopus in the video. The next thing we'll do is we'll actually try to swap the scene of the video to something like this. This is the image by, or rather I found this on Civet AI and looks very good. So I'm just going to use this to make the swap. So I'm just going to click on upload your video and select the new video. This should make the cut. Let's go ahead and start the generation. And then I'm also going to start another one with Pika swaps. I'm not sure if I can change the settings from being the basic or rather from turbo to something else by clicking here. So I'm just going to wait for this generation to create and then I'm going to play around. All right, so the generation is being worked on and it looks like you can change models, but this one looks like the cheapest and the fastest one. So I'm just going to click, I'm just going to keep that one. The next thing I want to do is I want to Pika swap. So I'm just going to upload the same video and this time upload the image that I just downloaded. Replace the scene with the attached image. So let's go ahead and start the generation. It does take quite some time in order to make this work. But if you want to kind of get an understanding of the generations that I like, and it looks like something went wrong, I may be doing something wrong with Pikaswap. Maybe I'm uploading things that I shouldn't be uploading. So I'm gonna say make this post a couple. I don't know if I'm spelling that right. View of the world with multiple planets visible. So let's do that. I'm hoping that shouldn't throw up an error. And in the meantime, this is done. So let's see how this looks. I don't see any octopuses right now, which makes me feel that there may not really. Oh, okay, there it is. It looks weird. So let's see if we can reprompt it to. Okay, the prompt may be incorrect. Place the object in the water and let it approach me. I don't know if that's the correct way to put it, but let's just go ahead and do that. I'm just gonna wait for these prompts to get done, and then that is probably going to be it for the video. So I'll get back to you when these are ready. So for the sake of playing around, I did upload one more where I have this image and I have my hand doing some sort of random things, and I'm gonna see if that I can make this image interactable with my hand. But the previous ones are ready, and this is how the Pikaswap looks like. I wouldn't say this is the best image generation. As for this one, where the approach me, I think it does have issues when it comes to the proposed animations. So yeah, you can clearly see that it's just land, and there's no real. So I'm just curious to see how this one looks, because I did find a couple of flaws. So it depends on the type of subject that you use, and it also depends on how your setup looks like, or how your image looks like. So it's not as easy as just uploading a video and waiting for it to just integrating objects seamlessly. It is also about getting the right video, right positions, and getting the right objects to show in the video. So this one is ready too, and let's see how this one looks like. Okay, it does not look like the person is doing anything, but it did seem like it was going to move at some point, but nothing really happened. It does make an angry face, which is one of the things that I did add in the prompt. But yeah, I don't think that it went in the direction that I wanted it to. But I've really seen some of the good generations here. For example, this one looks very, very good, and so does this one. This one was the first generation, and it did really, kind of hype me out with respect to the expectations that I should set. But I would say that, it does require you to properly prompt in order to make the generations great. And obviously this one too looks actually very good, because, placing that person on the chair is crazy problem. So it does tell you that if you want someone to sit on the chair, then you need to find an image, or rather an image where the object is actually sitting on another chair. Otherwise it's going to mess up your generations. So that's going to be all for the video, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.